So today I'm going to be talking about the differences between things that are quick and easy and things that take a little bit more time to come through. So when I think of quick and easy, I think of things that are less stressful. That on a busy weeknight, for example, if I have to cook something, I definitely want something quick and easy. But on the weekend, when I've got time, when I can savor like a glass of wine and just kick back, then I don't mind doing recipes that are a little more complex and complicated because those often pack such a punch. Now, when I think of complex and complicated and those things that take time, I also think about those things in our lives that are kind of our aspirations, our hopes, our dreams, the things that we really, really want to see come true. And I believe that there are healthy ways to have hopes, dreams, and aspirations and hold on to them without becoming obsessed. The reason I know this is because I am a person who can get very obsessed about anything. And so I've got some tips and techniques to help you be able to let go a little bit. All the while, we're going to be cooking up an amazing sheet pan dinner tonight that's not only quick and easy, it tastes complex and delicious so that people will think that you spent hours putting it together. Well, don't believe me? Have a look.
Buttery chicken and herbs are baked over a bed of tomatoes and served with pasta for an easy dinner I know you're just going to love. We're going to get things started by tossing about 6 medium quartered tomatoes into a bowl with a tablespoon or so of extra virgin olive oil, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and 2 teaspoons of Creole seasoning. I always keep a jar of homemade Emerald seasoning on hand because it's great on everything, and then just give the whole thing a toss. Next, we're going to cut some little X's into our chicken breast using a sharp knife.
So now that the chicken breasts have got those little slits that we've made in them, what we're going to do is, well, this is another kitchen witch secret. You know, when you are into kitchen magic, it's all about the flavor. So as I said before, you know, keep jars of homemade seasonings. I also make homemade seasoning salt. You can definitely check that recipe out. It's on Pinterest all over the place and on my Kitchen Witch blog. And this is another thing that I always keep on hand in my kitchen. And all this is it's a roll of herbed butter. So simple to make. You just buy some butter at the grocery store, soften it up, and then chop up a tablespoon of your favorite fresh herbs. And if you're a Kitchen Witch fan, especially as we head into spring and summer, you know that you have to have fresh herbs in your repertoire. Either grow them yourself, and we're going to do that together this summer, or head to the grocery store because all the grocery stores have them now. But when you've got your butter, then you just roll it up in a little bit of plastic wrap, and it is good for seasoning so many things. Like, for example, a pan-seared steak with a little herb butter on top. Oh my gosh. But today what we're going to do is we're going to cut off pieces of this herb butter to put into that chicken and flavor it up, and it's going to be amazing. Before I do that, though, what I wanted to mention to you is, again, this idea of people wanting instant gratification. I see that all the time in our world, and especially because our world moves so fast with Twitter and Facebook and this and that. Snapchat. Who here understands Snapchat? I feel so behind the times. I need to get some of my teenage students to show me how to use it. But anyways, there's so much information coming at us, and our world moves so quickly that I think we forget that some things in life just take time to unravel and happen. You know, I am a big believer in the idea of manifestation. And what manifestation is all about is it's about seeing what you want for your own life, your vision for your life. Seeing it, maybe writing about it, journaling it, believing in it, and then trusting that we live in a benevolent universe that wants each of us to have the realization of our dreams. Because I believe if you have a dream or you have something in your heart and soul that you know that you want to do in life, that's your soul telling you, get on it. Get with it. Get moving. Put things in place to get this happening. But then the key is to do the things you need to do to make things happen, to get things launched. But the trick is then you have to get out of the way. And you have to understand that the universe does not work on your timeline. The concept of time is kind of iffy anyways. if I look back over my life, do you know that I am currently living a manifestation that I created over 25 years ago? And that was a dream that I had, that I wanted to work with youth. I wanted it to have music involved with it. I wanted it to be uplifting and inspiring. I pictured all of it. I wanted to work with Indigenous and Aboriginal youth, and that's what I do now. Everything that I saw for myself happened, but it took 25 years. So sometimes you need to be patient. If you have dreams, to kind of let them go and try not to obsess about them too much. Because the minute we get into our obsessive mind, oh my gosh, our minds can take over and just create and unravel so many things. The moment we get into our obsessive mind is when our mind can become negative. And negative thoughts are so powerful, you guys. If you're not aware of the power of your thoughts, you need to get aware, because thoughts have energy. So if you're putting out thoughts like it's never going to happen, and it's not happening for me, and why isn't it happening, and negative, you are blocking the energy towards your manifestation. So what I'm asking you to do is get into your mind and use, Joel Osteen talks about them, I am statements. I am going to achieve this. I am going to be successful. I am amazing. I am awesome. I am a believer in my dreams. I've got a believe tattoo here that reminds me anytime I start to disbelieve, I just take a look at that. I'm a believer in the unfolding of my destiny. And then I am going to trust that all is well, and I'm going to get out of my way, and I'm going to let this go now and go about the business of still enjoying my life, which for me is all about cooking. So let me show you how we're going to insert this butter into the chicken breast. So now it's really just as simple as making a little indent into that with your fingers, and then just getting that delicious herbed butter right down into the chicken meat itself. And what's going to happen is that's not only going to make your chicken incredibly delicious, but it's going to flavor up your tomato sauce. Because truly, people, what is better than tomatoes with real butter and herbs? So you can rub down the last of your chicken breast with any additional butter. It just adds more flavor. And then all we're going to do is place these chicken breasts onto the same sheet pan with our tomatoes and our garlic and our olive oil. Oh, this is going to be so good. And just kind of move them around. Get your chicken breasts in there. And so good. And then the final step is that I'm going to use some more of that delicious Emeril's Creole powder. And if you don't have this, you know what? You could use Lowry seasoning salt, or you could just do like salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That would be fine too. But I just love this stuff. So I'm just going to sprinkle it over everything. I want a nice generous amount because I want lots of flavor in my pasta sauce. And you won't believe it, but this little sheet pan is going to make one of the best pasta sauces you've ever had in your life, or I'm not the kitchen witch. So now this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for about an hour, and I can't wait to show you the magic when it comes out of the oven. In the meantime, let's take a look at our key and pull a card. So the 3 keys for manifesting either abundance or joy or whatever it is you want out of life, a great relationship, whatever that is, the first key is that you've got to have a vision for yourself. You've got to have a vision for where you want to go in life, for what you're hoping for, and really it should be a clear vision. Some people create things called vision boards where they'll actually cut out pictures of the dream home that they want or the life that they'd like to achieve. Anything, but the more thought that you put into it, I believe, the more power that the vision has. So see yourself where you want to be with the people that you're there with, and then as you go about living your day-to-day life, talk to yourself in those I am positive, I can statements, and act as though you're already there, even if you haven't quite achieved it yet. Because the second key is patience. Now this is from another deck that I've got called Osho Zen Tarot, and I love this. And the patience card reminds us that even though some things are quick and easy in life, manifesting our dreams or our vision doesn't tend to be. Because as I always say, good things take time. So be patient. Be patient and believe that in the time it's supposed to happen, your vision will slowly begin to materialize. that is, and this is the little wrench in our keys, if your vision is in congruence with your heart and your life path. Because sometimes we can think that we have a vision for ourselves, but somewhere in our little heart of hearts or in our soul, we really know that it's not the right vision for us. So that's where I say, keep working towards your dreams, keep going, but you also have to have fun in the moment. And this is the third key. You've also got to be noticing what's happening in the here and now in your life, and don't miss your life in pursuit of a dream that's somewhere in the future. You've acknowledged it, you've visioned it, you're working toward it. Now you've got to let it go. You've got to be patient, you've got to let it go, and you've got to have gratitude for all of the good things in your life right now. Because part of going after a dream should never involve you missing out on the life that you have right now. And so I believe that when those three things are in place, when they're happening, and when we can be patient, that's when the magic really begins. So now, let's take a look at what happened on that sheet pan.
Just look at that, a buttery herb-infused tomato sauce. So you're just going to remove the chicken to a heated plate and mash the tomatoes into that sauce, and then using a spatula, mix it all together. Reserve about a third cup of the tomatoes, mix 3 cups of cooked rotini noodles with the remaining sauce, and then plate with the chicken on top of the pasta and the extra tomatoes drizzled over all.
And it's time once again for my favorite part. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that tastes like you spent hours putting it together. The chicken is super moist and tender. It's infused with the flavors of the herbs. The pasta sauce is delicious. Look how easy this was. 1 sheet pan, a pot full of boiling water, and a few real ingredients like tomatoes, butter, chicken, and fresh herbs. Until next time, everyone, I hope you'll try this delicious recipe, and as always, have a fabulous week. We'll see you again next Wednesday. Okay. Do you want a knife?